Hello everyone, I'm Vinay and welcome to AI Champ YouTube channel. In this video, we'll be learning about handy Numpy utilities, Boolean filtering, and some arithmetic operations. This is a second video on Numpy. So if you haven't checked the first one, please go and watch that first. So let us import Numpy first. Now let us try to understand some handy Numpy utilities. So the first one is creating zeros. We take a variable a and use np dot zeros function, and we just need to pass the shape. So suppose you pass shape like 10 comma 2, so that means your array will contain 10 rows and 2 columns. Let us try to print that. You can see that here you have obtained 10 rows and 2 columns of all zeros. The next one is ones, np dot ones, and you just need to pass the shape again. So let us just try to pass 4 cross 4 and see the result. So in this case, you can see that you obtained 4 rows and 4 columns with all values as 1. You can also get an identity matrix easily. So let us write it as I equals to np dot eye, and just need to pass an integer. So if you pass 4 and see the result, you'll see that you get an identity matrix wherein all the diagonal elements are 1, and it is a 4 cross 4 identity matrix. There is one more function, that is np dot full. So what we can do here is we just need to pass the shape, suppose 4 cross 4 again, and we just need to pass any random number, like let us say in our case 60, and see the result. So you can see that we obtained a 4 cross 4 matrix with all the values as 6. It is same as ones and zeros, just that you can pass your own value in this case. There is one more handy functionality that we can use in NumPy, that is getting a random matrix. Let us create that one. We are just creating from np dot random dot rand integers, and we just need to pass three things in this case. That is, the first is, and the second is the range. So let us say I put it as 1 and 200. So all the integers that we are going to get randomly will be in this range. And along with this, we also need to pass this size parameter wherein we can tell the shape of this matrix. Let us create that one, and you can see that we obtained a 4 cross 4 matrix as per our given size, and all these random integers that we have obtained are in this range 1 and 200. So now let us understand something called as broadcasting. So broadcasting is something when we have two arrays. uh, first one is larger and second one is smaller. So in example, let us say that you have this array where you have two rows and two columns. So this is a large array, and you have one smaller array as well. Let us say as 1 and 3. So in this case, the number of columns in smaller array is same as number of columns in the larger array. And if you want to perform some operations such as, let us say, addition, then what will happen is you'll get output as something like this. So this one, it will be added to 2, this is 3, and this 3 will be added to 4, so it becomes 7. And same for 7, so this 1 is added here and 3 is added to 8. This becomes 8 and this becomes 11. So this is an example of broadcasting. Let us try to see this in practice. So let us create one random array int, and let us say 1 to 10, and size is 3 cross 4. And see this. So we have obtained one random array, and let us create one smaller array as well for broadcasting. And we can simply create randomly. So 1 2 6 8, something like this. So we have kept this same as the number of columns. So now suppose if we want to perform broadcasting operation, what we can do is we can simply write a plus b, and what will happen is this 1 will get added to 4, 2 will get added to 8, 6 will get added to 4, and 8 will get added to 6, and same thing will repeat for other rows as well. So 1 will again added to 8 and so on. Let us see the result. So you can see that 4 plus 1 equals 5, 8 plus 1 9, 6 plus 1 7, and so on. Now let us try to understand some arithmetic operations. So in arithmetic operations, we'll see some addition, subtraction, multiplication, division. So these are like all element wise. You'll understand once we write the code for this, and we will also look into matrix multiplication, and you'll see how easy it is to perform matrix multiplication using NumPy. Let us see the code. So first, let us create two matrix randomly. Let us create np.random.randint and say 1 to 10 range, and size let us give 4 cross 4, and do the same for b, another matrix, and see this. So a b. So we have obtained some random matrices, two random matrices, and let us try to perform all the arithmetic operations. So the first thing is, when I'm saying addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division, so all these operations are element wise. So that means that if I say 3 plus so a plus b, so that means the new matrix that will get will contain the first element as 3 plus 9, then this element as 3 plus 6, and so on. Um, and matrix multiplication is another thing, so that that is separate from this element wise operations. So for addition, let us just write this a plus b, and let us do it for subtraction also, and it will be a minus b. For multiplication, it will be a star b. So this is element wise and not matrix multiplication. And we also perform division. Let us run this code. So you'll see that a plus b, so in this case 3 plus 9, and we get result as 12. If we take any random number like 6 plus 7, so this result is 13. So things like this. So uh, this is not matrix multiplication. This multiplication is rather it is 3 into 9, that is 27, and so on. And now if you want to perform matrix multiplication, it is very easy in NumPy. So there are a couple of ways in which you can do the matrix multiplication. So the first one is matrix multiplication, and the first one is a dot. So a dot 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 as a function name, and we pass the other matrix. There is other way also, that is you can use np dot and pass two matrices in this case. So you'll see that both the results are same, and this is actual matrix multiplication, not element wise. Okay, so that is it for this video. We'll see what we have learned again in this video. So there are some handy functionalities. NumPy handy functionalities, you can use this zeros function to get zeros, ones, I for identity matrix, full in case if you want a specific dimensions matrix, and you need a certain value for each element, you can use this np.full. You can get random matrix using this random dot randint function. And yeah, you can perform all the operations, arithmetic operations, and broadcasting also. So broadcasting, you know that you need two matrices. The first one is a bit larger and second one is smaller, but ideally the number of columns or number of rows should match so that it can perform the operations correctly. And then we learned about some arithmetic operations: addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and so on. Mm, Also some matrix multiplication. There is one more thing that we need to know is there's something called as Boolean filtering. So what it means is, let us try to see and understand what it is. Suppose you have one numpy array. So let us say we have some numpy array, and the values are, say, 7, 9, 100, 300, something like this. So you have this numpy array and you have other numpy array as create numpy array only with booleans. So what it means is, say, true, false, false, true. So it has same number of elements as A. Now if you pass A and you pass the B numpy array, then it will output as 7 and 300. Why? Because it will only output all those values wherein you have true corresponding to that index. So this is very useful and handy functionality, and how we can use that, we'll see it in the code. So let us just create some random or just random very numpy array and b as array of some booleans. So true, false, true, true. And let us pass a of b. So in this case, uh, except for this element 3, everything else is true. So that means it should output as 1, 5, and 6. Let us see that. So yeah, we have obtained 1, 5, 6. And how we can use this for filtering is, suppose you want to get all the all the elements in this numpy array A greater than 2. So what you can do is, we need to create a Boolean mask first. So if we write something as A is greater than 2, then we'll find that it will give us this Boolean array. So the first thing is false. That is correct. 1 is not greater than 2 and rest all things are 2. So what we can do is, if we pass this Boolean mask again in A, so we'll obtain what we need. So 3, 5, 6, and all those things. And suppose if we want to get all the elements which are divisible by 2, so what we can do is, A of moduli 2 equals 0. So we'll get remainder. So we are dividing all the elements of array A and taking the remainder. So in case if that is 0, then we get the value as true. So in this case, only 6 is divisible by 2. And if we pass A of A moduli equals to, then we get 6. So this is how you can use Boolean filtering in NumPy. So that is it for this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.